Bricktown Comedy Club. Let's make some noise and give a big Oklahoma City welcome to your host for the evening.
Bricktown Comedy Club, how's it going, you guys? Dude, it's gotta be louder than that. This is the first show on a Friday. How are you guys doing this evening? Come on. Your headliner for the evening, Duncan, Trussell's in the back. Please let him hear it, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get this show rolling for you guys. One quick thing before I get started. You already heard about the text club. I'm here to tell you about those papers on your tables. You fill them out, they ask for your name, your birthday, your email address. If you fill them out, this stuff's awesome. Just during the month of your birth, they'll just send you more free tickets to future shows, which is fantastic. We love that. Other than that, are you guys ready to get the show rolling or what? Oh yeah, dude. Hell yeah. My name is Devens. I will be your host for the evening. This is my first time in Oklahoma. It's fantastic. The South, the Midwest. I don't know what you guys are. God's country. That's all that matters, dude. Hell yeah. You guys play football right out here, dude. I love it, man. Ever since I got booked to be out here, I was so excited. I'm like, man, I have wanted to get drunk and fall off the Sooner Schooner my entire life. And now I get to it. Of course, it's not even football season yet, but that's all right. That's cool. I got this nice sweater, so I'm down for it. You know, it's fun. You guys are cool, man. I'm currently living in Utah right now. I just moved down there, just sort of on a whim. You know, originally I'm from Washington State, and I moved on down to Utah. And I sort of just moved down there. I took a tour of the place I was going to live, and I just signed the lease. I have 5 roommates, and I didn't meet any of them before signing the lease, which is a big mistake, you know? And I should have known, right? Like, I'm moving to Utah, right? I took a tour of the place. There's a picture of Jesus on every wall, you know? There's a Bible in every room, right? The garden outside is just immaculate, phenomenal. As you may have guessed, all of my roommates are Mexican. It's pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. Not a lick of English spoken by any of them. It's pretty cool, man. I was a little concerned at first. I was like, I don't speak much Spanish at all. How are we gonna communicate? But it's actually like shockingly easy, you know? Like if I make them upset, like lo siento, that's I'm sorry in Spanish, you know, I've got that down. And when they make me upset, I just take Ice's phone number to the fridge. And the dishes get done. It's incredible, man. It's such a good time. They're great. They love America. I'm a pretty patriotic guy. They love America more than me. I woke up on the 4th of July to them blasting Metallica at 8 a.m. and doing the worm on the American flag. Dude, it was so cool. I was like, man, if everyone knew you guys are like this, maybe they wouldn't, you know. Just a thought. Just a thought. You guys should show that side to me more often. It's cool. It's fun. I just moved to Utah, but up in Washington, I was raised Mormon. You know, went back to the motherland, and I was raised Mormon. And when you're raised in any religion, you know, you learn some of their more quirky rules, right? Like one of the rules in Mormonism is that I, as a man, cannot live with a woman who I'm not immediately related to or married to, which I always thought was a little weird, right? And so one day I went up to my church leader and I said, hey man, why can't I live with a woman? Like, I just don't get it. And he goes, Rob, the thing is, when you live with a woman, you'll have the temptation to sin. And naturally, I was 16 at the time, I thought he was talking about sex, right? Like, look at me, you know? And that was a mean giggle, but naturally I thought he was talking about sex, right? But I grew up and I actually got a roommate who was a woman, and I found out the sin he was talking about wasn't sex, it was killing yourself. Have you guys ever lived with a woman, dude? That's insane. Like, sure, I'll leave the toilet seat down. Then you're gonna get mad when I pee all over it? Come on, what are we doing here? You know? That's fun. You guys are cool. You guys have gambling in here? You love to gamble here? Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. I love gambling. If I have one addiction, welcome to the show, by the way, you guys. Yeah, of course. If I have one addiction, it's gambling. Any way I can make money without actually working, I'm a big fan of, right? That's why I do this. it's fun. But I actually just found out you can gamble on the Special Olympics, which, of all ideas that have ever been had, that's one of the most retarded, for sure. It's up there, yeah. But I was like, you know what, if I'm going to say the word, I'll support the cause. And so I did some gambling on the Special Olympics, I've got to say, you guys, fantastic investment opportunity, dude. I am way up betting on the downs. It's great. It's a good time, man. You get some weird betting lines when you bet on the Special Olympics. It's like, sure, I'll take the under 12 points scored, but over 9 Uncrustables eaten on the sideline. It's fun, man. It's a good time. I've been traveling a lot recently, so I started watching this new show, and it's got like all of America's biggest singles on it. It's My 600-Pound Life. And there's this woman on it, she's 700 pounds, tried really hard to get on the show. She's 700 pounds, and she bribes her fiance with ice cream to go down on her. Right? Like, what would you do for a Klondike bar, dude? Where are we drawing the line with that, It is a sad show. It is sad. That same woman, she's 700 pounds. She can't get up and bathe herself, so she has to have her 14-year-old grandson come in and wipe her down, give her a sponge bath. And that's sad, right? Like, no 14-year-old boy should have to see his grandmother naked like that. Don't get ahead of me. A 14-year-old boy should have to see his grandmother naked when he walks in on her on Thanksgiving, like the rest of us. It's just... Well, you guys don't have cool grandmas in Oklahoma? That's okay. Some people call that joke fatphobic. That joke's about me seeing my grandmother's boobs on Thanksgiving. I didn't know they could go down, so, whatever. Okay. That's fun, man. That's cool. I'm a big fan of mascots. I think mascots just make everything cool. My favorite mascot is that of the University of Nebraska. It's the Cornhusker, I just think that's simple, easy, right? What do you think of when you think of Nebraska? Corn. What do you need people to husk? The corn. Easy, simple, right? I think that every college needs to have a mascot that easy, right? Nebraska Cornhusker, all right? Washington Apple Picker, that's fine, right? Alabama Sister Kisser, I think is fantastic, Big Bama fans over here, roll tide. All right, sorry guys, I apologize. It's fun. Yeah, cool. I am trying to date at the moment. You couldn't tell by how I'm dressed. I don't have a woman in my life. I don't have a man in my life either. Just single, I did get out of a relationship a little recently, and I should have seen that it was going to end before it actually did. Like I see myself as a pretty masculine guy, but she was the one who wore the pants in the relationship, which was a little new for me. I like to do cute shit. That's my thing. I like to do cute things, And so I went up to her one day and I said, "Hey, Grace, one of these days we should go apple picking." And she looked me dead in the eyes and she said, "Rob, I think you're gay." And that hurt a little bit, right? That hurt. So I just went back to doing the dishes and I brought her another beer and cried about it. Like, I don't get it, I did go on a date the other day. I wanted it to be really nice, I want all dates to be really nice, but I wanted this one to be extra good, so I pre-gamed it by taking one of those sex chocolates, Are you guys familiar with those? So they're these chocolates that you can buy at any gas station. And they've got some, like a little bit of generic Viagra in it. Not that I need it, right? I don't need it, okay? I want that to be abundantly clear. I don't need it. But like, you know, Sammy Sosa was still hitting homers. He just added a little sparkle to it, you know? He just added a little sizzle, you know? So I took one of the sex chocolates, we go on the date. It doesn't end up going the way I wanted it to go, you know? And so I drop her back off at her house. I'm like any 20-something-year-old dude. I go home to play video games, right? And I had forgotten that I'd taken the sex chocolate. And so I'm on my way home, and my favorite video game is Call of Duty. That's what I play, you know? And for those of you who aren't super familiar with Call of Duty, it like used to be this super realistic military shooter, but now there's super unrealistic things in it, like women. And the creators of this game, for some reason, just make all the female characters like ridiculously curvy for no reason, like insanely curvy. And I had never realized it before, but I'm just playing these games and I'm staring at these characters and I'm just like, wow, they're really curvy, you know? And long story short, now I can only finish if a 12-year-old calls me the N-word. So that's interesting, you know? Are you guys ready to keep the show going or what? Excellent, man, excellent. You're the next comedian of the evening. You've seen him on the Joe Rogan Experience. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Hassan Ahmad, ladies and gentlemen.